Rob Purvis, man, I always love to talk baseball with you because, well, rightly so. You're a first-round draft pick by the Chicago White Sox. You got to play 7 years as a professional ball player. And, when I get to hang out with you, I get to talk about the finer details of baseball. And, baseball and leadership in life, there's a lot of crossroads there.
No, absolutely. First of all, thanks. I love doing this with you. Baseball was the time of my life. The best thing about baseball was the camaraderie, the being around the guys, the teamwork. Everything's about the team. But when baseball was over, it opened a lot of doors into the business world. And as a businessman now, when you look at teammates you want to surround yourself with, a lot of times you're looking at people who did play sports because they understand the meaning of teamwork and sacrifice and what it means to come together as one unit to make things happen for other people.
Whenever I'm talking to my groups, I use sports a lot because I think that there's a lot of crossover between sports and leadership and the corporate world. And I was the class mentor for a group several years ago, and in that class they started talking about the word sacrifice and what sacrifice was, and they were all kind of sharing it around the room. And then they got to me as the mentor, and they asked me what sacrifice was. And at the time, I chose the word love. Sacrifice was love to me. And now that I look back on it and tying it into baseball, we see the sacrifice bunt. And the sacrifice bunt to me is really one of those things that goes unnoticed. But it's one guy giving himself up to advance someone else. He knows that he's giving up his opportunity to gain, to allow somebody else to gain.
It's funny, as we were talking about before, there's two ways of looking at this when a guy's sacrificing, right? Pitching, when I was on that side of it, you know the guy's giving himself up, and so our job as a pitcher, they're giving you an out, right? So our job was to maybe elevate a strike a little bit higher, try to get pop up, or whatever you make sure you want to do is throw a strike so the ball gets down, you turn around, at least you get an out. So you know that you're giving that up. You flip that around, as far as the hitter goes, the people that appreciate that the most are his teammates. Because if you look in a dugout when someone does do a sacrifice bunt, there's not one dude sitting on the bench. Every single one of them are up, giving the guy a high five. And the reason is they understand that he absolutely did give himself up for the better of the team. And to me, it's almost like a lost art, because in baseball today, there's not a lot of that. It's called small ball, right? But there are teams that do it. If you look at Oakland, you look at Baltimore, there's certain teams, they do still play some small ball. It's not about just hitting home runs and seeing how many runs you can score, but about positioning and sacrificing yourself for the better of the team.
Watching that hitter give up his opportunity for glory, right? I mean, he gets a chance to swing the bat or to drop down a bunt, and he drops down a bunt to advance his teammate, to advance the team, to put them in a better position to win the game. And I don't think that anything shows love more than giving yourself up, giving up your opportunity to put somebody else into a better position to win.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly with that. And when guys do that, it's about being selfless and understanding that we're just one piece of the puzzle that makes everything work, right? So if everyone comes together and plays together and does their job, then at the end of the day, you have a really good shot at winning the game. But you can't have a bunch of I guys out there. It's got to be everyone's in it to win it, and you're coming together as one unit. And that's why, you think about when you're younger, because the only thing we cared about was winning, and that was it. You get to college ball and you want to win. I mean, we're watching College World Series tonight. All those guys want to win and do that. But there's a lot of those guys that are going to continue going to the next level. And unfortunately, there are some people that get on teams that's more about what they're going to do at the next level and not just about what's going on and just winning. And then you get in pro ball, and the teams that are really special are the guys that still have that little league heart, that high school heart, that they're there still just about winning, and they just have to be super talented. You put a whole lot of good people with a lot of ability in the same room that have the same mindset of and goals of just winning, and they're going to be successful.
It takes sacrifice. Sacrifice is about love.